So, a lot of you have been wondering why I have so many iPod devices, music listening devices. So here's why. Let's get to it. Right now I'm listening to my old iPhone 5S on the Pandora radio station. This device is a stationary device where I just play Pandora radio. Sometimes Spotify, but I got messed up with the payment, so I've just been using Pandora. It's kind of like the same thing. You can look up stuff here too. This is on Richie Valens radio, so it plays oldies, and I use that here in my house because it doesn't have a SIM card, so it's just on Wi-Fi. And here's my iHome alarm clock dock, where my iPods just hang out. They're in the drawer right now, so let's show you what I got. Let's start with this one. This is a white iPod Classic, old version, probably like 2004, 2003, 2005. This iPod has really low battery usage, so I can only play it for like an hour or 30 minutes and then it'll die. So it's usually on the iPod dock charging because it needs to be charged almost every time. This iPod has a bunch of random stuff and artists, a little bit of a lot of hip hop, a lot of R&B. It's just mainstream music. See, let's go down to this. Aaliyah, there's the Beatles. All the Beatles is on here. Ariana Grande, B.O.B., Backstreet Boys, Boys to Men, you know. Obviously, Chad Smith, Bombastic Meatbats. If you like instrumental jazz funk, I listen to that band a lot. The drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Chuck Mangione, obviously. The usuals are on here. Chuck Mangione, Herb Alpert, Tina Warner Brass, Steve Gadd, Green Day. All of Green Day's on here. Herb Alpert, like I said. Obviously, like Paul Simon. Every Paul Simon's on here. Let's see. Paul Simon. Yeah, see, every Paul Simon. And then Simon and Garfunkel, every Simon and Garfunkel's on here. Just a lot of hip hop and mainstream music. Derek Sherinian, like instrumental rock and metal. You know, obviously, Yellow Card. Every Yellow Card is on here. This is an iPod that I just pick an artist and I will fall asleep to it. So, the Rippingtons. I fall asleep to the Rippingtons, smooth jazz. Every Rippingtons is on here. This Legend, another good band. So this is just a random iPod with a bunch of stuff. I will use this iPod maybe for once in a blue moon by itself when I'm traveling. I usually use my other iPods because they have a better battery life. This was just kind of like a stationary iPod. So let's put that away. Lock it. Always lock the iPod so it doesn't, turn on by itself. Okay, this next iPod I recently got a few months ago. So I've just been putting like punk music on it, like Bad Religion, Casey Jones, Comeback Kid, Me First and the Gimme Gimme's, No Effects, a lot of fat records, man. Rise Against Strung Out, Suicidal Tendencies, Offspring, you know. I'm gonna fill it up with more. This is a pretty good 80 gig iPod that I've acquired through Amazon. Very good condition. I've been listening to MXPX this morning. So that's that. I got some more songs to fill in that one. This is a One of the newer iPod classics from 2008, I think, or 2007. It's got the metal aluminum frame front. It's pretty beat up. You know, just a bunch of scratches. This one's 80 gig, I think, too. Oh no, 60. This one's 60 gig. This one has a lot of the same stuff too. Paul Simon, Chuck Mangione, Herb Alpert and Tino Wano Brass. It also has a bunch of metal that I listen to. Arch Enemy, August Burns Red, some jazz fusion like Dave Weckl. This is random too. Dr. Dre's on here. Dragon Force, Every Time I Die. Jeff Kashua, which is a saxophone player, smooth jazz saxophone player. Killswitch Engage, you know, Lamb of God, you know, Lacuna Coil, definitely. Metallica's on here. All of Metallica's on here. All of Newfound Glory. Yeah, see, just my band's on here, 10 of 4. Rippingtons again, you know, some of the same stuff. All of Paul Simon's on here in order. Yellow Card and yeah, UB40, good reggae band. If you've seen my posts, I like UB40. Yellow Jackets, another great jazz fusion band. So, bunch of random stuff. All my iPods are pretty much random, because I listen to pretty much everything, you know. Jazz, punk, metalcore, hardcore, ska, reggae, jazz fusion, you know, whatever. Okay, and then when... Got a few more other iPods to show you. Flip this over. Oh, this one turned on. What the heck? This iPod is another iPod. Another fat one. 60 gig. It's kind of like that. It's about the same thing as that white one right here. But this one's black and it's 60 gig. I think it's the same model and generation. This one has a bunch of random stuff too. Like Paul Hardcastle. I was listening to that. You know, chill music, smooth jazz. Let's start from the top. You know, Aristocrats. I like the Beatles, obviously. The Beatles, Paul Simon, Chuck Mangione, all of them are the same. Because, you know, when one iPod is being used and shuffled, and I don't want to lose my place on that iPod, I take out another iPod, and I can listen to some of the same stuff that's on here. Eric Clapton. Gotta have Eric Clapton. Heart Sounds. See, just a bunch of random stuff. My Band Linkletter. Paramore. Newfound Glory again. Planet X, you know. Simon and Garfunkel, obviously. Yellow Cardigan. Yellow Jackets. Some of the same stuff. That's a pretty good iPod too. I kind of dropped it, so there's like a little cosmetic screen blemish. And then here I have the limited edition U2 iPod Classic 32 gig or 30 gig. It stopped working in the sound, so I was like totally bummed out because it's a nice iPod. I just filled it up with, since it's a U2 edition, I filled it up with every U2 album on here. It won't turn on because it's not charged. And then I have this last one, but not least. Another cheap 30 gig iPod Classic. Kind of like the white one right here. The same kind, but just black. This one stopped working when you plugged it in on headphones. Only one ear comes out with a sound. The middle button is pressed in a little bit and doesn't click, so this one's kind of like shot. I actually don't use these. I actually don't use this one either. This one I use a lot. This one I've been using quite a bit. But for the most part, this iPod right here, the classic with the aluminum, the newer one, and then this one right here I've been using mostly. The white one, stationary to the iPod dock here. But that's about it. And that's why I have quite a few iPods because I listen to quite a lot of music, and sometimes I'm listening to one iPod where it's being shuffled, because I like to shuffle my music sometimes. And then when I want to listen to something else, just pull out another iPod and start listening to something else. And then, you just get back and forth. It's like reading a book. You don't want to lose your place. So you bookmark it. I put on my iPhone, I put on notes and type in what song I'm listening to and where I left off. So, it's like reading a book, Just get your chapter. You just get the book and you get the chapter where you left off. So that's on my one of my listening devices. All of my listening devices. And obviously I still have CDs, so I listen to that every once in a while as well. I don't people like to collect records. I like to collect CDs because that's what I grew up on. So I collect CDs and listen to CDs. There's my CD player. Probably obsolete, but for me, it works for me. And I have a CD player in my car, so my truck. So that works out. So that's my listening devices. Thanks for watching.